Hi, I'm Jamie and welcome to Teachers Tech. Today I want to show you how to perform a mail merge with custom attachments. We're going to start from a Microsoft Excel file, connect it to Word, and then it will get sent out through your Outlook to each individual person you have on your list. We're going to go through this step by step. Here's the scenario that I'm working with today. So for this example, I have a bunch of PDFs. We're going to say that these are student fees that are due. I need to send this in an email. I need the email message customized to each person, and then each of these individual PDFs sent and attached to the correct person. I also have a PDF at the bottom that's a general one that I want everybody to get. So we're going to be adding two different attachments, one specific to the person that gets emailed and one general one. And through mail merge, I can do this. So let's show you what I need to do first. Here's the Excel file that I'm going to be demoing how to do the attachment with mail merge today. Let's do a quick scan of this. Simply, I have a first name, last name, everybody's email here. They're all customized to the individual person. And this is really important, the attachment path. So this path will lead to the specific, in my case, it's a PDF, but it could be any file that you're attaching, but mine is a PDF, the location where it is. And I'll show you where that, so you can copy paste this path right in and it will be really quick. We also have our due date and our account number. So I'm going to go and open up this file that I have, this folder right here. And this shows me all the different PDFs that I want to be attaching to the correct email with the correct message. So if I go to this top one, I just right click on it, I can copy as a path, and then I can go back to my spreadsheet and I can go Control V and paste it in. So that way I'll know that there's no errors on the path, and I can go to each of those and quickly just run down the list on it. So this is how you should set up your Excel spreadsheet. If you're not after attachments, I have a different video about how to just do a common mail merge with sending messages, and I'll put a link to that up above in the card, and you can take a look at that one instead. But so the next step here, we actually have to do an add-on, and that is through this right here. So this is Merge Tools, and this has been around for a while now, and I'll put the link down below in the description, and I'm going to walk through how to install this. So just go ahead and click download, and then I'll show you how to go ahead and put this in. Let's open up our File Explorer here, and I need to go to Downloads, and this is what I just downloaded right here, this zip file. I'm just going to right click, Extract All, and I'll just hit Extract. And now inside of this folder that I just extracted, you see all these different PDFs, which are the how-to, but I'm going to walk you through that. What we need is this file right here, this Merge Tools. So what I'm going to do actually is copy this. So I could select it to go Control C, or you can right click on it and do the copy this way. So now that that's copied, let's open up Microsoft Word. So I'm opening up my Microsoft Word. I need to start a blank document. And then I need to go to File, back down at the very bottom to Options. When the word options open up, go to Advanced, and on the side, just pull down till we get to General, which is towards the bottom here, right here. So notice that under General, we have file locations. If this is grayed out, you don't have a blank file or a file open, and it will be grayed out if you just went to Options first. But I'm going to click on File Location. Here is where I need to place this file. So Startup, and then here's the path. If I click on it and hit Modify, it opens up. So this is the path right here. I can actually click in this area right here, and if I go Control V, it doesn't look like anything got pasted in, but that file that I did copy before is in here, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I just click up here, so this is the path, if I go Control C, and let's just leave this now. I'm just going to hit OK and open up another File Explorer here, and I'll put the path in that I just copied, and I'll put and hit enter. So notice that Merge Tools is in there, just even though it didn't look like it. I can go to this, what I just showed you, I could have pasted it in here as well. So now that I have that in, I need to close my Microsoft Word. And then when I reopen it the next time, it's going to be ready to go and it will be able to do those attachments. So now the next step, we're going to go and write our email and make sure it customizes to each individual name, and then those attachments are in it as well. I'm going to go ahead and create a blank document here. And I just want to point out, if we look across the tabs at the top, we have merge tools now. When we added that file, when we copied paste that into the startup, it gave us all of this. And this is how we're going to be able to add those attachments. But before we do that, let's go over to mailings. And this is very similar to what we did in the other tutorial that I was talking about earlier. But we need to make sure we connect our Microsoft Excel file to this Microsoft Word file that we're working on. So let's go ahead first and go select recipients here, and we're going to use an existing list, which is the Excel file. And I'm going to go and have that on my desktop, and I have a folder called Excel, and we have mail merge right here. So I'm going to go and hit open. There's only one sheet on here, and I do have, we have column headers on it across the top, so I'm going to hit OK. Now, the other thing just to check off here that we're working on letters, so this add-on works with the letters. If I click something else, notice how it changes, but we want to make sure we're on letters here. So now we're ready to start writing our email inside this Word document. Now, I went ahead and just wrote an email here that I want sent out, but I need some customization to this. And this is where I need to insert the merge fields that's connected to my Excel file. So up here where it says dear person, I don't want it to say dear person. I'm going to get rid of this person right here. I'm going to just highlight it. You could delete it and do this as well, but I'm just going to highlight it. And these are the different columns from my Excel spreadsheet. So let's say it's just going to be first name. So when I click first name, it adds this right here. So as I go through, there's a couple different things that I want to be able to connect to that Excel file to certain columns. This one right here, so fees are due by, and this is due date. I'm just going to highlight this and then go insert, and then there's a due date here. So it inserts the due date. I said that, please attach invoices and newsletters here. And the other thing is I mentioned when you call about your account issues, please mention your account number. So I want to insert their account number in the email so they can find that easily. If I go up to account number, here it is right there. So now if I go through, I can check to see what this looks like. I can do a little preview. So if I click preview, here it says Ashton, here's the due date here, and there's the account number. And as I go through the different ones, if I go back and I'll just click these arrows, you can look how the name changes, and then the due dates are all the same, but they could have been different and that would change as well. But I can see the account number and the names are changing on this. Now, if it wasn't for the attachments, I could just finish and merge this way, but we want to make sure that we save this up now. So I'm just going to go File and Save As, and I'm going to go and put it into that same folder that I had on my desktop here with my mail merge here. And I'll just call this, mail merge, just like that, and I'll hit Save. Let's move over to merge tools now, and we're going to look at this right here, merge with attachments. You can see the description, what it will do for you. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this, and we're going to get greeted with this right at this where we can make our customization. So what do I need to add to here? So select the merge fields that contain the path and file name attachments. So remember, we have this as a column header here, attachment path. I'm going to hit add. So this makes the customization of each file when we send it, that each person's going to get a different PDF in this case, but you could use things like a Word file or other files as well. This down here, if you want to have a common PDF, which we're going to send out the newsletter, we're going to add it right here. So browse for attachments to be included in all messages. So maybe it's a picture that you put in or something. But if I go just to my desktop here, and then I have it under my mail merge attachments, and it's going to be this monthly newsletter. I'm going to hit OK. So now I have my individual PDF file, and I also have the same one getting sent out to everyone. Let's continue on, and we want to pick our merge destination. If I drop down, We want to use this first one, merge to email message. So I'm just going to click on this, and then we have all these different options that we can apply. So select the field containing the email address. This is going to connect to that Excel document, and that column is going to be right here, this email. Do we want to CC or BC? See, well, I don't have any connections in that one where there's none that I have, but if you did have it set up, you could add those as well. This is the account that it's going to be sending from. So send using account. If I drop down, you would see the different accounts. So it's a nice option to have if I want to pick from sending from a different account. So if you have multiple accounts, you pick which one you want to send it from. You could send on behalf. And just putting the information in right there, reply to an address, this information. And then we can also, these are nice to have. So request delivery receipt, making sure the person has it. Request read receipt. So maybe it's an invoice. You want to be notified that the person actually did open it and read this. And data source contains a subject field. So if I wanted to choose this, maybe I'll click this right here. And I'm going to say the subject field is going to be the due date. And if I write a message, I'll say, please pay fees by, and it's going to be due date. And maybe I add a space, and on this side, I can say something like, I'll say thank you, just like that. Now at the very bottom, we have a few more options. Do we want to save to drafts, merge tool finders, defer sending, or send now? So if you're all ready, you can go ahead and click send now. And that's what I'm going to choose. And I'm going to hit continue. Merge records, all 1 to 10. So I have 10 different ones, and I'm going to hit OK. This is just kind of since we're using this tool by Doug Robbins, it's just coming up where you can make a donation to this, but we get this just to let them know that we're using the trial version of it and that we have a total of 20 times. So I'm just going to go ahead and click here to close. And we can see it processing through all these records. Here we are taking a look at the finished result. I just opened up Microsoft Outlook, and just to point out, I'm in the original Outlook, not in the new Outlook, because this won't work in the new Outlook without supporting the automation. I have the 2 PDF attachments, the one custom and the general one here. The message is in here. I noticed it said Dear Alex. I think I put Alex in on the Excel file, so that's why it said that. We have the due date here that should be correct. We have the account number that it pulled from. So it looks like everything is correct beside that typo that I made with the name. So I hope you like learning how to send these custom attachments with mail merge here today. Let me know if it works or doesn't work with you down in the comments. Thanks for watching this time on Teachers Tech. I'll see you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.